Real Housewives of Cheshire reunion. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because it does not deserve a lot of my time. The reunion started out well, basic positive note, lovely relationship between Dawn and Esther, highlight reel, how Rachel and Esther sort of, got back on track for the 2 seconds that they did. Highlight reel. Dawn and Tanya kind of made up quickly. I don't know. I mean, it just felt like a lot of bullshit. But whatever. That's there. They didn't address any of the issues that Esther had with Rachel, because after that whole makeup, Esther said that she thinks that Rachel's a pot stirrer and a troublemaker, and they just didn't bother. I mean, this is not hard-hitting reunions. Yeah, this is no Atlanta. This is no Beverly Hills. This is Brian in Cheshire. Got to lower my standards here. I mean, what was the point of showing the old highlight reel of all the fights? Really? You ranked the fights? Ugh, waste and cheesy. And the whole Dubai thing is ridiculous. They all have different memories. One thing I'm clear on, Dawn was wrong to yell. Dawn shouldn't have yelled at Seema and Perla. So what if they were late? Blah, blah, blah. But Hannah is just ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure she said everything that she said. Because even when you listen to Esther, Rachel's saying, Esther, you were with me and Perla by the lift. And she's saying, yes, I was. I left them in bed together. You know what I'm saying? So obviously Dawn was right. Esther was not in bed with them. Esther was with Rachel. Hannah had crawled into bed with Dawn and said, I'm not even sure that I understand this master comment. I actually do not care. But like I said in the previous episode, these girls mishear a lot of shit, misunderstand the fat dumplings, the little duckling. And really, I know that Dawn normally would never say those words. So I was surprised when it was alleged that that's what she said. And I didn't bother to go back and check because I'm lazy like that. I'm not that desperate. But at least she got vindicated with that. She got really het up. And I think that's mainly because she doesn't lie. She holds up her hands and she owns her shit. And she really, really does. Seema does not have shit to own. I feel like, you even see the clip where Hannah tells Rachel, I was sitting there bored. And then later when Dawn says, you said they were boring or something like that. And or Seema asked her, did you say we were boring? And she was like, no, of course not. These are the kinds of things you bring up, Brian. Bored, the word, it was used. Context, why do you keep saying context? I mean, come on, Hannah. I actually like Hannah, but she's not built for this, baby. You gotta have sharp talons. You gotta be able to do the little jab. You gotta get a thicker skin, and you gotta learn how to dance with these girls. Because otherwise, you're a little bit stuck. Brian should have pulled out the cards and say, Hannah, I don't even know if Hannah did, because I'm not paying that much attention. But he should be able to say, well, Tanya, you called Hannah 17 different names for a total of 35 times during the show. And Hannah called you 2 names. And that's about it. So you can see how it tends to be very one-sided here. Anyway, I get where Hannah's coming from. But because when you hear bad things about a person, it does color your view of them. But when you're in this kind of situation, and you do have to have a very strong, I will make my own opinion. You kind of really have to have that. You can't let other people's issues with a person affect your view of the person. Now, Denise Richards did a very good job with this. With LVP, she tried really hard not to let the issues affect the way that she saw LVP, but she really did get sucked into all the drama. Different story. I have nothing to say really about that. Anyway, next. Brian has no control over these women. The questions were rubbish. He's no Andy Cohen. And, it was really funny at the end when Esther was sitting alone on the couch. He really didn't give Esther any time. I mean, why? Why didn't he give it? It did not feel like a reunion. It didn't feel like we got to the hard-hitting questions. It just felt like a highlight show. It was a waste. I wouldn't tell anyone to watch this because you didn't get anything out of it. There was no additional resolution. There was no closing of any chapters. There was nothing that was resolved as a result of this reunion. Waste of time. Say goodbye. Bye-bye.